Kyrie, will you share the best lesson you learned playing basketball or from basketball?
Don't let basketball use you. Use basketball, and I think this business has a way of rewarding us in a material way, but I think this is more a spiritual aspect for me. I have a purpose and calling that's bigger than just putting a ball in the hoop. This connects me to all walks of life all around the world, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. There's some times where you go up and down, just, falling in love with the game, falling out of love with it. But the fans, your family, the support system around you is really what keeps you going. So that's what I try to focus on. And, the engagement that we have all around the world, too, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. If basketball can, bring somebody together from Germany from Africa to Australia, and they don't have to say a single word in their language, but they understand how to play with each other, it's the most beautiful thing I could be a part of, man.
You were MVP in this game 11 years ago. What does this trophy mean to you?
Oh, man, this is incredible, man. It's the first time I'm, taking some hardware home other than, winning All-Star Game MVP. I asked the guys if I could take it home. But, yeah, this is going on my mantle, man. I feel like we really earned this and we had fun. Felt like almost like the last run of the Mohicans of this generation. Steph getting MVP, well-deserved. But sharing the floor with those guys was special, man. You got champions. You got guys that are all-world everything. And we've done a lot for this league and culturally.
Kyrie, maybe the format might not have lended itself to like a natural MVP, but Steph had that moment in the second game. What was it like being part of that and seeing him do what he does best, hitting those threes?
It's easy to feed the hot guy, man. And once he hit his first three, basically every time we're looking for him, and you can see it. When he's in his hometown, playing in front of his home crowd, we all know what that means as an NBA player, as his peer. So we're not going to get in the way of that, man. We want to just support each other, and I think that's what this weekend was about, was just bigging each other up, celebrating the good things about basketball, but also being very competitive with each other, which is, after this weekend, it starts again. So I'm looking forward to it.
Overall, how would you say he's been as a host in his city this weekend?
He's been great, man. I don't know if he did this for everybody. I'm pretty sure he did, but he had like gifts for you in the room when you walked in. He welcomed you to San Francisco, and everybody know how Curry is, man. He a loving person, man. He's super cool, super laid back, so sure.
Get a chance to pick up any half-court shooting tips from Steph Curry?
Nah, I just got my butt whooped. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
I mean, he won a lot of things here, and support, especially he has his feeling, and I think I hope I can do something like that in Denver.
Yeah, I mean, Steph, his impact on the game, I think globally has been special. Myself, a lot of guys grew up, watching Steph, and what he's been able to accomplish over his career, the way he's went about it. One of the, whatever you want to rank him, one of the best players of all time, and he's an unbelievable person as well. Had the opportunity to, obviously on the USA team this summer, spent a lot of time with him, played some golf, been on numerous all-star teams together, competed in the finals. So, it's an honor to compete against guys that maybe you looked up to when you were in high school, and then, find yourself winning gold medals with them and competing against them in the finals and all-star games. So you probably just can't say enough good things about Steph and what he's done for the game.
It's just so easy to play with Steph. Like he doesn't demand the ball. He doesn't have a demanding personality. He just plays within the flow of the game, and those are the type of players it's easy to play with.
You get tired of watching Steph pull up from half court like that?
Do you?
No.
Exactly.
Growing up in the area, having a chance to watch Steph, and now having a chance to play against him, whether it be defending him, scoring against him. What's it like to play on this court in this All-Star game against someone that not long ago you were watching in San Leandro?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, I watched what Steph did for the whole community, the whole Bay, all of America, and I watched it like it was in my backyard. So just being able to play against him, I went to some of his camps and everything, it's crazy when you really think about it.
If the NBA had a one-on-one tournament, who would win besides yourself?
Besides myself, who would win a 1v1 in the league? Right now, I feel like Steph would be up there for sure.
Yeah, well, me and Steph's relationship is, ultra competitive. That's where it started from, just because we didn't really know each other coming into the league, and to see him ascend to the places he's been, two-time MVP, I'm on record saying that, he's been the guy for our generation for a while. When someone's setting that precedent and that successful, it's, hard not to try to steal recipes from them for success, whether that be things that he does in the weight room, whether it be the way he handles being a franchise leader, whether, handling tough situations. So I've learned a lot from him, and I think that's been a great kind of, not distant relationship, but we've kept it competitive. But at the same time, when we're in places like this, we can open up to each other and talk from places of just, understanding that, we know what it's like being in that pressure cooker, being a small guard and leading your team. And, it feels good when you get on the other end of success and all those doubters got to look you in the face and say you did it. So I think that attitude and mentality that Steph has had for a while has been, it's rubbed off on a lot of people.
Everywhere you go out here, you see Steph on the billboards or on the streets. Rightfully so, too. He's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Obviously, all the championships he's brought to the city of San Francisco and Oakland. So he's impacted me a lot, more than he knows. And, I just, try to keep, watching his influence on the game, how he impacts the younger generation and how he leads by example.
It's just an exhibition, but why do you think you guys got up to such a slow start?
It just happens. We didn't make shots. They made shots. Steph Curry, he hit a half quarter, so it's only right in his building. He's hitting a half court shot.
From your perspective, how special is the relationship between Steph and the Bay Area and vice versa?
It's amazing, man. Like, even me spending time here, in college and just seeing his influence and how it's grown. He's a Bay Area icon, a Bay Area legend. And it was just fitting for him to win as the game is here in the Bay.
Steve, you kind of last year All-Star, and based on the first semifinal, you were one of the names that were being considered for it tonight. There's maybe no natural MVP because of the format. What do you think of the run that Steph went on? It's really got to win it.
I think anytime you're going to look at an MVP, you want to look at what jumped out. In this type of format, nobody's going to have 50 points or 30 points. It's going to be hard to do it unless you shoot every time and make every shot. But you look at what jumps out. When was the crowd the loudest? What jumped off the floor? And that's probably who your MVP is going to be. So watching the game, it was like, I'm pretty sure Steph is about to win this MVP. Even though I don't know how many points he had, but it couldn't have been that much. But I think it was the eye test. I didn't even look at the scoreboard, but I'm like, if I got to guess who it is in this situation, I would assume it was Steph, and it was.
Mark Randy with 95.7 The Game in San Francisco. I don't know if you heard, but Draymond Green said pregame on TNT, with Jimmy Butler now in town, the Warriors are going to win the championship. I wonder what you think about that.
I'd expect him to say that, being on the Golden State Warriors and playing basketball for them. I hope he wouldn't say they'd lose, and I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Thank you. Of course. Steph is on his way.